Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, September 10th. And this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. COVID-19's latest surge may have peaked locally. John Arking reports.
Dr. Sanjay Patani, Medical Director for Advent Health Mission Control, speaking Thursday on the Advent Health Morning Briefing, said the number of COVID-19 patients hospitalized across Advent Health Central Florida hospitals continued to decline this week to about 1,120 as the hospital transitioned to yellow status and began to resume more surgeries.
I think we, over the past couple of weeks, have seen a decrease in our inpatient census as well as a decrease in the overall community positivity rate. To give you perspective, the 1,100 that you mentioned is compared to our peak about 3 to 4 weeks ago at a 1,700 peak inpatient status-wise across the system. So we've effectively dropped about 30 to 40%, and compared to our previous surge, we're about our previous surge numbers around 1,000. So this was the highest surge as far as volume is concerned, but we have seen a drop in that, and we're on the back end of the peak.
Dr. Patani says they recognize that COVID's not going away, and there'll be continued spikes and surges, and they've learned to flex their status and resources so they can escalate and de-escalate as needed and be proactive to adjust their healthcare operations to whatever the current situation is. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
A heated debate is settled. Amy Cherry has more.
Palm Coast City Council votes to edge the millage rate down just a smidge, while giving a major boost to public safety and funding 10 new deputies for the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. Council voted 3-2 in favor of a millage rate of $4.61 per $1,000 of taxable value, marking the first millage rate decrease in 4 years. Councilman Victor Barbosa.
My thought is find a happy medium here. Unfortunately, it is what we're going to have to do, where everybody wins.
Councilman Nick Klufis sided with that so-called happy medium, though in the future he cautioned council must do better.
We shouldn't be proud of spending our reserve funds, especially for something, in my opinion, like the pavement program. I think we can all say that street quality isn't an emergency. It's a part of life. And having nice roads in Palm Coast makes part of Palm Coast what it is. You don't have too many terribly pothole-ridden roads because we keep up with our pavement program. But having to transfer funds from our reserves that are meant there for a rainy day and an emergency that we may not even be able to fathom at this moment. Well, we should recognize what we're doing is definitely wrong, and we shouldn't promote this pattern.
Vice Mayor Eddie Branquinho voted against it. He wants to see the millage rate stay the same.
I think that we should keep the 4.6989. And the only reason why I'm giving the sheriff the extra 4 guys, it's because we got $470,000 from communications tax, FSN tax, and the state tax. And I love you guys. But that's the only reason why I get it. I met with a sheriff, and 6 guys, in my opinion, were enough. But due to the fact that we got this extra money, and believe me, this is not political.
Mayor David Alfin voted in favor of the decrease, but echoed Klufis' claims that they need a long-term solution.
That we don't address the millage rate, especially in the face of what I think we all agree and have actually voted on recently is, I can't say unprecedented, but significant growth here in the city of Palm Coast in the future, which will directly affect the ad valorem real estate value. So that's kind of a direction that I'm coming from.
Councilman Ed Danko had long been pushing for a tax decrease, but he still voted against this measure because it didn't go far enough.
I have no problem with tapping into the reserves. Your suggestion of putting the brakes on, I appreciate it. I'd be happier if we put the car in reverse for a little bit.
The new millage rate will save the average homeowner $11 per year, but still equates to a tax increase for many. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
A domestic dispute leads to a vehicle theft and kidnapping. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says his deputies were called to the Circle K gas station on Palm Coast Parkway. They say Andrew Allen got into a fight with a childhood friend and then fled with her 5-year-old girl in the back seat.
When the victim called 911, deputies were able to quickly locate the vehicle and conduct a felony traffic stop and not only apprehend the driver who stole the car, but also rescue the 5-year-old child without injuries. The only right decision the suspect made during this event was that he did not try to flee from law enforcement.
Allen faces charges of kidnapping, grand theft auto, and simple battery. He's being held without bond. At a training session yesterday, according to reporting from Flagler Live, Flagler County School Board Attorney Christy Gavin attempted to stop members of the media from recording the meeting. This caused a delay of 27 minutes for the Flagler County School Board training workshop. School board members were divided on the issue. During the delay, School Board Attorney Gavin was informed by Pat Gleason, the Attorney General Special Counsel for Open Government, that the recordings could not be barred. The Florida Sunshine Law provides a right of access to governmental proceedings at both the state and local levels. You can be part of the Palm Coast Fire Department 9/11 Remembrance. Karen Johnson has more.
You're invited to attend the September 11th Remembrance Ceremony on Saturday, September 11th at 6:30 in the evening at Heroes Memorial Park in Palm Coast. In commemoration of the 20th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks, the Palm Coast Fire Department will host a remembrance ceremony and dedication of the survivor tree. Palm Coast Mayor David Alfin.
Which indicates a rebirth, and in fact, we did the Arbor Day as well. It's something that I'm really looking forward to, something to look forward for all of us towards the future.
The Palm Coast Fire Department received a 10-foot seedling of the September 11th survivor tree from the 9/11 Memorial Museum. A calorie pear tree became known as the survivor tree after enduring the September 11th terror attacks at the World Trade Center. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
So you're taking medication to come off drugs.
Those in the drug treatment industry say there are many stigmas connected with the treatment. Pam Bartolo is the executive director of Flagler Open Arms Recovery Services and said on a recent episode of Lifeline that using drugs to recover from substance use disorder is not a bad thing.
People think that there's a lot of stigma around people using Suboxone or Vivitrol or perhaps an antidepressant. And really, that's not the point. The point is the person is no longer addicted to their drug of choice.
She said that with the help of drug therapy, those who used illicit drugs are now becoming successful members of society. Lifeline, sponsored by Advent Health, is every Saturday morning at 9 here on WNZF, the podcast on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Plenty of things to enjoy with the family over the weekend in Flagler County. Here's Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids to tell you all about it.
Today, the Flagler County Library is hosting a Tweens Club event. This is a space and time available for tweens to have fun together with hands-on activities and crafts. Registration is required. Join the Palm Coast Parks and Recreation tonight for Movies in the Park. The free movie tonight is going to be Frozen 2. Be sure to bring your blankets and lawn chairs, snacks, and bug spray and enjoy the show. Tomorrow, there is a craft day at the Flagler County Library for children of all ages. Supplies will be provided, and this month's project theme is stamps. Join our community on Saturday for the September 11th Remembrance Ceremony. The Palm Coast Fire Department will host the Remembrance Ceremony and dedication of the survivor tree. Learn more about these events and others by visiting our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a wonderful weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.